I'm Chellie Phillips. I'm an author, coach, and speaker, and I've taken over 25 years of public relations and communications experience and created successfully ever after.
You said we've got to move past relying on praise and accolades to feed our self-worth. And you said that you spent years entering the industry competition and studying for certifications, and how it just basically just sat there. It left you with a case of full of rewards and certificates, and it was gathering dust. And I thought that was important. So I wanted to ask you, um, with all of this, how did you basically move towards saying that um we have to move past relying on praise and accolades to feel our self-worth? How do you move that in this social media world where everything in social media is followers?
So, it's one of those things where it took a real personal moment for me to really wrap my head around that. And that came from a really bad boss that just did not value the work that I had been doing for about 20 years. And realizing that there was nothing that I was going to do that was going to move the needle for him. And I finally had to internalize the fact that, my value comes from within. It doesn't come from what he thinks about me or what is happening day to day on the job. And the same thing I think can apply on social media, because it's not necessarily about getting that next 50 followers or the next 100 followers. If your message is solid, if it's a message that you're passionate about, if it's a message that people need to hear and that need to move you, keep putting it out there. A lot that has to do in social media is just the consistency, showing up over and over and over. And I'm a firm believer that the right people are going to see that message and it's going to resonate with them. And you're going to touch lives, whether you have 500 followers or you have 500,000 followers.
I agree 100%. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes. I had another question, and these are things that really stood out to me. You said, which I found, what I would like you to expand on this. You said, use the word I am to transform it into I am, instead of saying I want to. I thought that, I was like, that right there was powerful, because you hear a lot of people say, I want to write a book, I want to start a business, and then you said, program your mind for success by seeing the possibilities as what is already happening. People allow their beliefs to limit their potential. I said, she better go ahead.
Yeah, you read the book, so in there's a chapter about where I did a half marathon, and I am not what I call athletic. I am not
You
a
did.
runner. I was never one of those people that woke up one morning and said, "Oh, I just have to run today. It's the most fabulous thing I've ever done,"
Right.
and but there was something about training for that and working towards it. It was kind of that impossible goal that was in my mind. Like, if I
Mm-hmm.
can do this, I can do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
and I tell a lot of my clients now, you know, if you have these things that you think are impossible or that you
Mm-hmm.
can't get there, a lot of it is, do one of them. To pick
Mm-hmm.
the smallest one maybe and defeat that what you're thinking is impossible. And once you do that one thing, it's amazing how the power of your mind takes over and realizes that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Now, it may take, like that half marathon took me, a year and a half of training to get there to do it. And it may take you 2 years, it may take you 5 years, it may take you 10 years, but there's so much in the step of going from I am going to do this versus I want to do this, that when you tell yourself this every day, your brain starts looking for things that put you on the right path. It looks for ways to make these things happen for you because that's the way we're wired as humans. Our mind is such a powerful, powerful instrument. And the way we talk to ourselves and the way we position things in our minds sets us up for success or failure. And I'm a huge believer, when I was doing the half marathon, I wrote on my mirror. So every morning I got up
Mm-hmm.
and saw I'm strong enough, I'm fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my clients sometimes,
I
your
read that.
spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever may think that you're absolutely crazy. Leave this note on your mirror so that you
Mm-hmm.
see it every morning when you're getting ready to go to work and
Mm-hmm.
every night before you go to bed. But
Mhm.
when you tell yourself that you are going to do these things and that I am making these steps towards this progress, you'll be
Mhm.
surprised at how quickly you
Mhm.
start moving to accomplishing those goals.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. You're basically you're programming your thoughts. You are. It's true. I know a time that sometimes I'm so animated, I can program my thoughts just to be negative and think of create negative stories on how things may transpire, and it didn't even happen. It's just a story that I may have made or came up with. So we're all in charge of the way we think. And I just found that very powerful, because you want the words to, instead of saying I want to, I am going to. And I just thought that just by changing those little words that you put in your book, was that will help someone. And you also said 30 minutes. If you take 30 minutes and you focus on doing that, it will help you towards the goal. And that's
Yeah,
true.
everybody thinks that you have to spend hours and hours and hours every day doing some of these things. And I have, I found that's an excuse that we use. We don't have the time. We don't, we have family, we have other responsibilities. So I don't have time to do these things that I want to do to stretch me and grow me and that kind of thing. But if you can give up one 30-minute streaming show that you're watching, or not sit down, in front of the TV for 30 minutes. If you will do something that is intensely focused on making you reach that goal or that dream that you have, you'll be surprised at how quickly you start moving and seeing things falling into place for you.
That is